In today's video, we have two vehicles that we're going to be transforming at the exact same time, taking each one from filthy, dirty, disgusting, and adding hundreds, if not thousands, worth of value to each one, and then finding out which one sells faster between this Honda Accord and this RAV4, and which one will end up making us the most money. We did all this within a week, so find out how much money we end up making by the end of the week from these two cars. What's going on, boys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're doing it a little bit differently. This time we have two cars we're going to be flipping, and it is that RAV4 and that Honda Accord. Both similar years. The Accord's in 09, the RAV4 is in 08. And as always, we will be restoring both of these cars, adding a ton of value, listing them at the exact same time to see which one sells first and which one ends up making more money. My goal is to sell these cars in less than a week to see how much money we make this week from two cars alone. All right, guys, we're picking up a car today. Oh, there it is. Damn, look at this. Look at this. All right, let's give it a start up. All right, here we go. Okay. Ah, you're funny, you're funny. Yeah, the brakes are cooked on this thing. It does have the e-brake light on, so.
How does the e-brake work?
Oh, that could be a bad one. It does. Dude, what is this, man? I literally can't see shit. This thing's in the f***ing way, man. Let's go through both our cars here, the 08 RAV4 and the 2009 Honda Accord. We've already driven the RAV4 a little bit, but let's check out this Accord. I haven't even started it up. It could have an exhaust leak, I hope not, but we got the keys, so let's find out. Okay. I think it has an exhaust leak. It's a little bit loud. It is super nice in here though. This is awesome. DPMS light on, that's not bad. Probably just needs some air in the tire. And we even got a half tank of gas. Let's go, man. And then we got our RAV4, which is not fully loaded, but it is just as nice. Not really. It does have a sunroof though. Let's get started up on here. No exhaust leak on it, but this car does have the e-brake light on. It does severely need brakes. The brakes are so bad on this car, and the rear right side caliper is seized up, so we gotta get that fixed. So overall, this car is in decent condition. The headlights will need to be done. The bumper is a little bit off here. We can probably just push that back in. It does need brakes very severely, and let me show you guys how I know that exactly. If you look here, this wheel is cooked, so that tells me that the caliper is seized up. We're gonna have to try and get this off. It might be quite difficult because that could be caked on. Overall, this car is in pretty good shape for the most part. No rust on the body, which is awesome. A couple cosmetic things here and there. Inside is not fully loaded, but it does have a sunroof and it is pretty nice. It's not too bad. Now, the one thing I know on this car for sure is it'll need some suspension work. The front left side, it sounds like it needs like a strut or something. I don't know, something's making some noise on the front. That'll need to be addressed. But now let's go through the Accord. Here's my 09 Honda Accord. It's in pretty good condition. Now, it will need to do the headlights there, and as we can see, the hood is a little bit scratched up. We're gonna see if we can actually fix that with some polish. And overall, this car has no rust on the body, which is fantastic. The tires are in good shape. It is a little bit dirty, so we'll just clean it up nicely. It comes with an extra set of tires too, which is fantastic. The buyers always love that. This car is also fully loaded, has a sunroof, literally everything you could ask for, and it's super nice. Heated seats, cruise control, a nice screen, everything. This car has literally everything. It does look like it will need to clean up pretty badly. That's so dirty. And I'm not sure if this thing will actually need anything or any work done to it. Maybe some brakes, but otherwise, drives great. Seems like a good car. But anyways, take a guess in the comments which one will sell for more. And I'll let you guys know how much we paid for these before I actually sell them. Now what's left to do is clean up both of these cars. We're gonna do the headlights first. Let's get to it. And the challenge was started. Here's the RAV4. It looks overall in decent condition, but definitely lots of value to add. We had the headlights to do, fix up that rear right wheel with the rust caked on it, and definitely clean up the interior. It was pretty dirty, but not the worst I've seen. And here's our Honda Accord in great condition. It doesn't really need much except it could use the headlights and definitely a thorough detail. To get both these cars done, we have all our supplies right here. We have an 800 and 1000 grit sanding paper. We have a microfiber cloth. We have a spray bottle with water. We have our drill with attachment, and we have our polish. We'll do the RAV first, and then we'll do the Accord. And as always, we sprayed it down with water, used our 1500 grit sanding paper to get all the gross crap off. As you can see, the yellow was slowly coming off and the headlight was starting to clear up. This is such a satisfying process. And then after, you'll take your drill attachment with the polish and completely buff out the full headlight. Then finishing it off by wiping down with the microfiber. Here's the before versus after difference. It is honestly insane. I then did the exact same thing to the other headlight, turning it from piss yellow to nice clear, crystal clean headlights, polishing, wiping down, and look at the after. Super nice compared to before. And now it was time to tackle the Accord headlights. We did the same exact thing. We took our 1500 grit sanding paper, sanded down all the crap. These ones weren't as weren't bad. So honestly, they didn't take as long. We rinsed it off, polished both sides, and then buffed it out with a microfiber, and after they were looking fantastic. We got all the headlights done. We're gonna do the interior now. The RAV doesn't even need like a vacuum. It's probably a wipe down. Probably have to vacuum the cord, take the mats out, wash them down. We'll clean up the rear wheel on the RAV, and then we should be ready to list them. So let's get it. All we need is our all-purpose microfiber. We're gonna clean this up, see how long it takes. Let's set a timer right now and see how long it takes me to clean up both cars exactly. So here we go. Boom, let's get it. And once again, we're starting with the RAV. All it needed was a wipe down with a microfiber all-purpose cleaner to get this thing looking shiny and pristine. All right, boys, we just finished up the RAV. Literally, we just had to wipe. It probably took me 5 minutes. It took me 4 minutes to wipe this down. To be fair, I didn't have to vacuum, and it wasn't dirty at all. It looks like it had already been cleaned. But now was the tougher car to tackle. The Accord was extremely dirty, crap on the side trim. Everything was disgusting. We started by taking out all the mats, washing those down first to make them look shiny and new again. The interior will definitely need a vacuum on this one. It is pretty dirty all around the car, so let's start by vacuuming it up. We did the usual with our shop vac, completely vacuumed up the car. Having one of these is definitely essential if you're flipping cars. And once we were done vacuuming up, I took my all-purpose and microfiber once again, completely fixed up the trim, the inside, the seats, everything, and it was looking fantastic, almost showroom ready. The inside of this thing's clean. Now we're gonna worry about fixing this hood. We'll see if we can, because there is quite a bit of scratches on it. It might not even be worth doing because it's not too noticeable, but we're gonna try and buff it out. All right, guys, we're gonna see what we can do. We got a orbital polisher, some polish. I'm gonna put it on the hood, see if this looks any better. Honestly, guys, I have no idea what happened to this Accord hood, but it was our job to attempt to fix it at least. I started off by washing it, getting it cleaned. I took an orbital polisher and some polish and went at it. This was my first time doing something like this, and honestly, it didn't turn out that good. All right, guys, I may have fixed it a little bit. I did it a couple times, but I also may have made it a little bit worse because now there's like some polish stains on there. It's my first time trying to polish. Half it looks all right. The other half kind of looks chopped. I think we'll go another layer. Screw it. Okay, I just did about 4 layers. Now I kind of messed it up a little bit. Like there's like polish stains, so I don't know how I'm gonna get those out. It looks a little bit better on the sides. It's just right in the middle now. So I don't know. It doesn't look terrible. It obviously doesn't look the greatest, but from far it doesn't even matter. Guys, the Accord is basically fully cleaned up. We're just gonna do a quick rinse on the exterior, but we'll do that with the RAV. But first we gotta fix the rear right rim on the RAV4 because it has a ton of brake dust on it. So we got this chemical. It's actually iron fault remover. We're gonna hopefully get that fixed. We're gonna put some tire shine on the cars, fully wash them / rinse them down, and then we're gonna list both cars. As y'all can see on the rear end of this car too, there's a ton of brake dust stacked up down here as well. That came off the wheels since the caliper seized, so we're gonna spray this stuff with our iron fall remover and hopefully it works. First things first, you wanna rinse the surface. Okay, maybe I don't have to do it. My boy actually put wheel cleaner on already and that instantly came off. What the hell? Honestly, that is insane, dude. I did not think it would do that. That's a different wheel cleaner than the one we just bought, but it worked pretty well. This was actually a different wheel cleaner than the one I normally used. We applied it and then pressure washed it off and it literally came off instantly. Honestly, I was mind blown and it looked amazing after. The wheels went from fully brake dusted to completely clean and brand new looking. And now I cleaned up the full rest of the car and it was looking fantastic and ready to list. I also cleaned up the Accord. They're looking clean and shiny once again. We are forgetting one more thing on these cars. That's tire shine. Let's get it. Tied the finishing touches, we put on tire shine onto the Accord and the RAV. All right, guys, we've gotten both cars fully cleaned up. We did the headlights on both. We cleaned the interiors on both. We got the wheels looking super shiny. These things are both ready to list now, so we're gonna go take them down the road to a nice listing spot. They both look fantastic, man. So much better than they did earlier today. This is what the Accord looked like earlier in the day. Here's what the Accord looked like. It was dirty, dusty. The inside was disgusting. And here's what it's looking like now. All cleaned up, looks so good. And here's what the RAV4 was looking like. The main thing on the RAV that we did was completely clean up the headlights and that rear wheel. This added a ton of value to the car, making it look from dusty, dirty to market ready. And here's what it's looking like now. Super clean, and these things are ready to list, and I think we'll get some good money out of these cars. Let's take some nice pictures of this Accord. And once again, we're at our listing spot. We took pictures of the Accord first in no specific order, but we will list them at the same time. Alrighty, now let's get our pics of the RAV and then let's get these things listed. And then we took the exact same photos of our RAV4. Honestly, these cars look pretty similar. They're both silver in the same listing spot, but they are looking great. All right, boys, we just got all the pictures after a long day of work. We literally spent from 10 a.m. to, what is it now? 4:30 today, working on these cars, getting them fully cleaned up and stuff. So now we gotta list them and we'll see which one ends up selling first. Let me know in the comments which one you guys think. All right, guys, now we sold the RAV and the Honda Accord. We sold the Accord first and then the RAV. Now it's that part of the video where we go through what we spent on each car and which one was more profitable and which one sold faster. First, let's go through the Accord since that's the one we sold first. This Accord overall was super clean. It was a 2011 fully loaded with about 210,000 kilometers. We paid after fees and transportation from auction, we paid $3,689, which is a little bit more than I wanted to because they auto bought transport for us, so it should have been a bit less, but oh well. We put $18 into the wheel cleaner that we used for both cars, but we'll just use it for this one. And then to get it safety certified, it didn't need too much, $600 for brakes and the actual certificate. And then we paid $90 to register the car for the buyers. So in total, we were in this car for $4,397, which it's not too bad. We ended up selling this car for $6,000, so we made a grand profit of $1,603 in a couple days, which is not bad at all. Now we sold both these cars within a week of each other, so let's see how much we made out of the whole week. Let's go through the RAV4 now. The RAV4 was also a super clean, great condition car. It needed a bit of work as well for safety. It needed some suspension and some rear brakes. After auction fees and just buying the car, we paid $4,074. We put $650 into getting it safety certified and $40 for gas. So that leaves us with a grand total invested in the RAV4 at $4,764. We sold it for $6,500. It was a 2008 RAV4 with no rust on it. Everything worked pretty good, and it had 238,000 kilometers, so a little bit higher, but it's a RAV4. So that means we made $1,736 on the RAV4 within a week as well. So we made more money on the RAV4, about $100 difference. So I believe that puts us at a grand total for the week at $3,339. Now the thing is, you guys can do that same thing too if you get a couple more cars. Now imagine you're doing 2 to 3 cars like that per week. You could easily get to 8 to 10 to even 15K. If you're doing even more, soon to be 20K per month just by car flipping, which is fantastic. I make these videos to show you guys that you can do it too. Like $1,700, that is a good amount of money, man. It takes some people like 2 weeks to make that money. It took us just a couple days to make that money. So that's the real mentality behind it, is profits over wages at the end of the day, guys. That's one thing I want you guys to know. Anyways, guys, we have a ton more car flipping videos coming and some actual live negotiations of how I'm actually getting these deals on the way very soon too. So make sure you subscribe. I'll catch you boys in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.